So now let's talk about LearnSmart from the instructor point of view. And let's talk about it in two ways. First, we're going to talk about how you go about assigning LearnSmart. The program was meant to be very flexible in order to emphasize the way you teach the course rather than the other way around. And then we'll get into some of the reports that you can run as an instructor, given the fact that students are going to be in this system independently of you, and some of the data that you can pull. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come down in here to assign this LearnSmart module. We'll go with Chapter 4, Socialization in the Life course. And what you'll see is that you can actually tailor the LearnSmart environment to reflect the way that you teach the course, areas that you emphasize, perhaps omit areas that you don't cover. And one of the first things you'll notice is you have this toolbar. So as you move from right to left, what you're actually doing is increasing or decreasing the amount of coverage or the depth of coverage for the LearnSmart system for this particular chapter. It'll give you the average time per student, and that is the average time given the fact that a student has read or skimmed that particular chapter. And then as you come down below, notice that you have the ability to take out topics, or in this case modules, of content that you do not want LearnSmart asking your students. So again, it's about creating an environment that really reflects the way you teach the course and setting it up to run independently. Now, students are going to get in the system, and let's talk about some of the reports that you can run. One of the first things you'll see for LearnSmart is a progress overview right here. That's basically just a breakdown of every individual student, how long they spend in the system, and the percentage of mastery that they get through. You can pull a report of the most challenging learning objectives, so what are the 5 most challenging learning objectives per section. You can pull reports on missed questions and some other overall stats within the system. One of the most powerful reports, though, is what we call our metacognitive skills. The way to think about this, it's a way to look at how students are actually studying and working in between midterms and exams. So let's take this hypothetical set of students and let's look at a student like Brittany. For Brittany, 55% of the time she's wrong and she has no idea that she's wrong. As an instructor, that concerns me. I'm worried that perhaps there's a gap in her content knowledge or a gap in her confidence in what she actually thinks she knows versus what she knows. Now, another student like Jocelyn, yeah, I'd like to see these numbers get a little bit higher, but it's encouraging to see that 36% of the time she's correct and she knows she's right. So there's some confidence. How can we get that higher? So again, this is an optional report that you could run, but it does give you a look, like a sneak peek into how students are actually studying in between quizzes, in between midterms and exams.